Hey Nikki, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can tell nook and cranny of that place. I am
Okay.
so passionate about all the things there. I love to talk about it. I will talk about Skinwalker Ranch. I'm passionate also about my downtown Salt Lake City. I know every single thing about it. I know every nook and cranny, every story, every restaurant, every bar, every bookshop, every little square inch of it, and I love to talk about it. Guess what else I love? I love music, and if you all don't know, because I talk about it constantly, I'm so sorry, but I'm obsessed. I graduated DJ squad. I love music, and I love mixing music and creating a vibe and experience and feelings. That's something I'm passionate about. I'm also a champion fisherman. I'm a fisherman. I caught a world record barracuda in 2005. But I love to talk about fishing. We're learning in Cancun, well, far from Cancun, but that's where we do it. I also used to be a master snake capturer, and I wanted to be a herpetologist when I grew up. I am now terrified of snakes, but there's stories there. Do you see where I'm going with this? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So I've learned how to take these things, and then once I learn about my clients, which we're going to talk about later, once I find out what their things are in their life, I'm able to meet them somewhere neutral versus talking about politics or religion or what's going on with the terrorists, right? Instead of maybe talking about passions that people typically have that might be polarizing, I'm able to like match them somewhere, tell them something interesting, and then also what that does is it opens up the gateway and the doorway for them to just like start telling me all the things, right? And then what happens? What happens is you create these beautiful, warm, trusting relationships through your transactions and the rest of your life. And that's what I love about my business, because I'm friends with every single one of my clients. So I want you to think about, as you're thinking about your authentic presence, right? After you determine your passions, what makes you unique, weird, odd, different, start thinking about what stories do I have that go along with those things. Write those stories down. You write them down, your brain starts to think of other ways to retell them, okay? And then you'll have those things to talk about with your clients. Also think about, with those unique things, is there something unique about your name or in your story that you can use in your branding? Your colors, your taglines, your imagery, your emails, your posts, your gifts, your experiences, closings, celebrations, holidays. Do you have a scent? Food, coloring books, scavenger hunts, coffee drips. We could go on and on and on and on. So my timer's up on authentic presence. We're gonna move on to a question. And I would like Miss Jennifer Yo to stand up and ask her question. And whoever gets it right first, raise your hand. If you answer it, we get a prize.
Okay, what do you think is the number one most important part of sales?
Communication.
Nobody said it yet? Huh?
And connecting relationships.
Everyone's kind of close. It all kind of leads into one. Information. Service.
Integrity.
Huh?
Integrity.
Number one in sales. Nobody has it yet? I got it.
Someone else.
What? Hey, let me reframe it.
We thought these were easy questions.
Action. What is it? The number one action for sales?
Consistent follow through, follow.
And they're people. Top of line.
Let's give it, it's called, it's prospecting.
Prospecting. Oh. We are really good at sales.
Close to it, how we go under the funnel, but we're gonna.
Congratulations. You win.
You win.
I want you to know that this.
What did you say?
Get us in the bottom of the prize, and they're beautiful. So I'm gonna bring them, so I wanted to all the time. Okay, moving on. We are going to go to the next section. Jess, you are up, girl. Okay. Log you in.
So did you join? Oh, yeah, could you? Because I was gonna see if you joined. Zoom.
Okay. All right, wait a minute, I'm not ready. Hang on. Okay, hold on. Oh dear, what did we do? So, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Jess Adamson. The things she's passionate about are family, friends, her job, working here. She loves nature. She loves big, and if you know her, you know that. She loves you with her whole heart, and she's also terrified of plums. Just take it away.
Okay, I'm not afraid of plums, I just hate them so much that like, if I'm in the same room as somebody eating one, I have to like eat the room. And they are, ugh, no, I can't do it, and we have a plum tree, oddly enough, and yeah, it's bad news bears. Okay, I've had so many of you come in and ask like, hey Jess, can you please help me with Canva, can you please help me with Canva? So as part of these meetings, we're gonna do a quick, like, digital mastery in Canva and just kind of show you guys some things that we can do. And I thought open house flyers are something that everybody needs. It's something that everybody needs to know how to do. How many of you have Canva? And how many of you use it regularly? Okay. How many of you would say that you're experts in Canva and that you don't need to learn anything? That's true. I would agree with that. How many of you would say that you're absolute beginners and you don't really know what's going on? Okay, perfect. So that is what I want to help you with, because I think a lot of the time we just get so nervous with Canva that we don't know how easy it is to do. Okay, and so I want to show you how to create an open house flyer. So when I recommend every single person to pay for premium Canva. Okay, it's a write-off, you can write it off as a business expense, it's only $100, it's like $120 a year. It is so worth it for your business because you can create business cards, email signatures, open house flyers, pretty much anything that you need in here, okay? So when you come in, you type up here in the search bar, open house flyers, and it is gonna pull up a whole bunch of different, I don't know how to use this computer, sorry guys. It's gonna pull up a whole bunch of different templates that you can use in Canva. And so you can scroll through and say, hey, I really like, let's say you really like this one, but you don't love the color and there's some weird guy on it, right? So you come to customize this template and then you have this here, okay? So you can change everything about this, or you can just change the words, you can do whatever you need. So when you pull up your MLS listing, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the pictures and you're gonna say, okay, I want this picture for my flyer. You right click on it, save image as, okay? Open house living room. And save it. Okay, click through your MLS, find the pictures that you like the best, find the pictures that you want on the flyer. I recommend living room, main bedroom, kitchen and bathroom at the very least, and then a front of the house picture, okay? And so you're just gonna save them, open house kitchen. And for the sake of time, we'll only do a couple more pictures so you can kind of get the gist of it. You just right click and then you go to, you'll just right click on the image and then if I can right click on it, there you go. And then you go to save image as, and then you can just save it. Okay. And then we'll get a couple more and then we will just go to.
Sold in 18 hours. Really? That's awesome.
Go you.
That was great. That's a force, that's nice.
Oh, lovely, 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 love those. Okay. Okay, so now you come back to Canva. Nick, where did Canva go? Sorry guys, I don't know how to use Nikki's computer. Oh, there we go, okay. Okay, so you come back to Canva and then I want you to go to uploads, okay? And then you're gonna go to upload files and it's gonna pull up all of these pictures that you just did, that you just saved. You can click on them. You just click, you select the pictures If you hold shift while you're selecting, it will allow you to select multiple, okay? So hold shift while you're selecting the pictures, and you can select multiple pictures at a time. And then you're gonna hit open. And it's, what that's going to do is it's gonna download those pictures into Canva for you, okay? So once those are downloaded, they're all gonna be right here in this sidebar. So then you just grab, this is the front of the house. So we're gonna grab that front of the house picture. We're gonna drag it over. And it just falls right into the template, okay? You don't have to crop it, you don't have to cut it, you don't have to do anything. You just grab it, drag it, and put it right where you want it. And that's how easy it is to change the pictures in these templates. We'll just report this order. Okay. And then you can just change it that way. Okay, so that's how you change the pictures. Now let's say that you really don't love this green color and you want it to be something different. You come up here to this little color section and you can either grab a color, you click on this, and this right here is a color picker. You can grab a color from another section of the, let's say you want it to be the same color as the house. You can come click on the house, it will grab the color and it will put it there. Or you can come here and you can say, you know, I just want this to be something different. So you come here to your little color wheel, you can slide the primary colors here and then pick. So let's say we want this one to be kind of blue. So we're gonna put that there. That's very, we'll put this one. Everything's fine. And so that's how you change the colors, okay? Now to change a picture, usually these are frames. Nope, that one's not a frame, it's just a little picture here. So let's find a picture. Let's see. Okay, to change the picture, you just click on the picture and it puts it right in your thing. But hey, there's a background here and we don't necessarily want a background. So come up here to background remover. As long as the picture is selected with the purple lines around it, you click on that button, it's gonna remove the background for you, okay? So we're gonna come here, we're gonna delete this layer, and then we're gonna drag Katie down here to this little part. Well, she's huge, so we don't want it there. So we're gonna grab this corner, pull it down, and we can shrink that picture down. Okay, but now she's kind of blending in to the background and we want her to stand out a little bit. So with this picture selected, you can come up here and go to edit. And there's a whole bunch of things you can do. I like to put drop shadows behind these pictures because it just kind of makes you jump out a little bit on the page, okay? And then to change the text, all you need to do is click on it, highlight it, and change it. And then we can put her email here. See if I know her email off the top of my head, you guys. There you
Oh
go.
no, she's gonna manifest me a listing.
It should, absolutely. And then same thing for the numbers, but let's say like, hey, I'm really not loving this font, okay? The fonts are right here up at the top, so you click on that font, it's gonna pull up a whole bunch of things right here. And you can just scroll down, let's say you wanna say display, and just see what kind of display fonts there are. Or if you want script, like if you want something in cursive, you can just type in script, and it will pull up all of the script fonts that there are. There are so many ways to personalize templates and not have it be a lot. Is there any questions? Do I have any more time?
Do.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Are you feeling like you're drinking out of a fire hose? Okay. Okay, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer questions. I'm happy to walk through something for you. I'm happy to tell you, like, to show you different things. One thing I do want to show you is over here in elements. You can type in, oops. You can type in, like, realtor trademark. This is something we use a lot for when you're putting your realtor on stuff. Grab this little trademark and you can shrink it down. And you can put it wherever you need to. Next, anywhere that it says the word realtor, you're supposed to have this little trademark. Just grab it, drop it, and then you can shrink it down however small you need it. Now, the other thing that you can do, let's say you really want to make sure that these lines are lined up right? You can zoom in up to 500
to make sure that everything is lined up correctly. We're gonna delete that.
Are you
No.
zooming in just at the bottom little scroller?
Yep, so this little scroller right here where it says page 1 of 1. You're gonna grab it, whoops, we're gonna grab it and you can zoom it in and out,
Oh,
okay? If you need to add a page, let's say you wanna put a back page on here with different pictures. And you wanna have like 6 or 7 picture frames, okay? And so you can put pictures on the back, then you're gonna come here. Whoa, I broke Nikki's computer, guys, everything's fine, hang on. Okay, okay, so then you can come here to the second page. Right now, we're zoomed out to 12, so that's why it looks like that. So we're gonna go to the second page, we're gonna select it. We're gonna come up here to elements. And we're gonna do a photo grid. And spell, that would be great, okay. We're gonna do photo grid, so now we have a whole bunch of options for different pictures, okay? So let's say you want. Okay, this one is great for these kind of things, so you grab this, scroll down over here.
I know,
Oh, it's this one.
I've never done a photo grid. I always just
Okay,
waited.
So scroll down here, and then you can pull this up a little bit.
I learned something. Geez, I've made it way harder. I know, I made every freaking picture
Okay.
frame the same
Then you can
size.
pull this up, okay? And then,
No
but
reason.
you want 6 pictures, you don't want 3, okay? So now what do? So you're gonna select this.
Yeah,
little
can you
guy.
copy
You're
that?
gonna right click on him, and you can copy him, or no, duplicate, not copy, you duplicate. Okay, hang on, now it's mad at me. No, I need the whole grid, Canvas, be nice. There we go. Nope, just got the picture. Now there's an extra picture on top of here, and so it looks weird.
Oh, there's duplicate. You were just on it.
Yeah, it's just right here, and you can drag it too, but, so then you
Oh.
duplicate it. What was the other one he said? Dragon, what is it, Dragon Control or something?
Select all of them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So then now you have these picture frames, so then you come back to your uploads, where all of your pictures are. Okay, come back to your uploads. Over here, scroll back up to the top, and then you want this picture. And you just drag it and drop it in the frame. Okay. Then you don't love this color of the page on the back. And you can't quite click on it, because, I mean, we can click on it down here, but if you can't quite get to a layer because there's too many things right in front of your face, hit Alt-1, and it pulls up the layers on the side.
Alt-1.
Alt-1, okay, and it'll pull up all of the layers, and as you select, you pick the layer that you need. So we want the background, because we're gonna change the background color. Select the layer that you need, and then grab this, and you can turn it black, you can turn it whatever color you want, okay? So Alt-1 will help you, like when I made Nikki's business card, there were 72 layers on a little business card, because I put all kinds of little shapes and stuff on it. And so by the time you get that many layers stacked on top of each other, it's
You can't
really hard to
drag it.
grab what you're looking for, or to even find what you're looking for. So if you hit Alt-1, it'll pull up the list of layers, you click on it in that list, in that side list, and then it will automatically select that layer for you, so you can move it, manipulate it however you need, okay? Any questions?
Jen, do you guys know that Jen made a lot of really cool little stickers too, that are like Presidio stickers that you can put on all your social media?
Oh,
Can I tell them how to find those?
yeah.
Yes.
So here, when you go to do like a social media story, just click on the little give button, it looks like a little sticker of this smiley face. And then just start writing Presidio, and about 20 of them should pop up, you can pick whichever one.
Oh, that is
On
awesome.
Instagram, on Instagram, yeah.
And you haven't saved them to your, like, I saved them all into my little emoji, so I can use them anywhere. I love them, because they're cute. There's like signs, there's logos, there's sold,
Under
there's
contract, just
Under
listed.
contract.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They aren't like on your Instagram, right?
Why don't you show
They
me?
aren't on your Instagram.
I can't show you that because I don't know how to do that.
They're on
I
your
can show you,
Instagram.
like,
You can access
So,
it from here. Like if you're gonna post
Like,
something.
we just did this staff meeting, I hit next, and then this little button right there that looks like a sticker. And then I type in Presidio. I'll put this on the page again.
Yeah, I think those are cool. I
No,
love
they're
that.
awesome. I
And
love
where
it.
did she search for the?
I love that.
Do I have to edit it or is it on the
There's
pictures or the?
You know, like yard signs sitting there, so if I just need to the house, I can make a really big video yard sign out there.
And see how it moves.
That is super cool. I love that.
Oh.
I didn't know that Jen did that.
Yeah, Jen made tons of them and they're
That's
so
so
easy to use and great.
That is so cool.
Awesome.
Okay,
Jess
know how to-
is Jess is amazing if you have
So
questions.
it's-
yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to sit down with you. I'm happy to help you. I'm also the compliance manager. I know that there's a lot of people that know me, but a lot of people don't know what I do. So I'm the compliance
Yeah.
manager. If you ever have questions about compliance, anything like that, please
And
don't
then-
hesitate to call. I'm happy to help
Picture.
you with whatever you need.
And
So
then-
thank you so much, you guys. I hope that was helpful.
And
And
then.
then if you have any questions, just stop by my office on the way out,
Right.
okay?
Thank you.
All right.
That was your picture, the black picture. And right here, get to that.
Jen, thank you for that. Speaking of Jen,
And then,
did you know, I think you all know this, but
then
it's
click
worth
this little
repeating.
sticker.
Jen,
Now,
her passions are,
Presidio.
she loves dogs, rescuing dogs, fostering dogs. She's passionate
And then
about
you use
self-care and pampering. What do you look like, Jen?
Oh my goodness, like
we'll
a
have to
facial
actually
at least once a
okay,
month,
I've been
massage
thinking.
once a month.
Where's a great place to go?
I love so many of them, I could say, probably Sega Lily.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that place,
yeah.
that's great. So I love that. Also, she also loves travel and exploring, she's curious. And something unique about her is she's an identical twin. I literally just learned that, like, you just. Yeah, crazy. Also, she has to sleep with her ears covered at every moment in the night, her ears have to be covered.
With what?
You-
What do you cover them with?
Scare you when you were a kid?
No, I watched a movie about a bug and.
Oh my
I told me earwigs would go in your ears and leave your brain, and so.
I remember
today
getting that
I
too.
have my ears covered.
What do you cover them with?
You were a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Not times anymore.
That was the thing that went around when you were little, right? About your.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
also, she gets teary-eyed when she watches, little kids at extracurricular activities because it makes her think about like, this is where the drive is being born in them. So, just some really cool things to know about our founder and CEO, Jen. Let's go on to the next section. I'm gonna start my timer and get my. Hannah, can you guys still hear us okay? All is well?
Doing good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about client experiences that transcend. If you turn over your paper, so on the other side, it says client experience, all right? We want to talk about what it means and how to begin to create a transcendent client experience. Now, I asked you all to build me a house out of these marshmallows in front of you. How'd you do? How'd they turn out? I didn't give you long, right? But did any of you wonder, like, what kind of house was this built? What was it for? Where was it? Was it supposed to be a rambler? Maybe there's multiple stories, like you had nothing, right? And I think that what happens to us as real estate agents, especially those of us who have been doing it for years and years and years, that we kind of get complacent in our routine and what we're doing with our clients. It feels easy and routine, we can just keep doing it, right? I heard a really great quote the other day. It said something like, what got you here will not get you there. Does that make sense? So what got you here, if you keep doing it, it'll just keep you here. And if you're okay with that, great. But if you really want to like up level, raise the bar, right? Improve what you are creating and letting your clients experience, it is always smart to learn from all the people around you and to apply major creativity. So another reason we built the houses was that our brains work in really interesting ways. And when we engage the right side of our brain to do something creative, right? It gets our brain ready to explore and come up with new ideas. The other idea about building the house was I wanted to really think about it should not ever be one size fits all with your client experiences. You get to decide, but what I suggest is that you curate a client experience package that is a basic package that you can build on and tweak, right? Is it not working? Oh, no, she just needs the papers. Thank you. You guys want some too?
I got you. Yeah, should I go make copies?
So I am suggesting that you take your basic package and then you're able to tweak it and curate it based on the client's needs. How many of you do a client intake form or an interview with your clients in the very beginning? Barbie, what kind of things do you ask them?
I asked their goals. I say this is kind of weird, but I need to know what the goals are. And sometimes I can write them different. Absolutely. So, yeah,
Important,
right? About that, what they like, and just try to find out more about it.
So it sounds like you ask a lot of questions, which I think is really important for us to remember as realtors. It shouldn't be about us showing up with our ego, listing all of our accolades and how many homes we've sold, and what kind of volume we do, and how important we are in this world. It should be, all the focus should be on our client, asking them many, many, many questions, really diving into what their needs are. And I'm suggesting you do what I do, which is don't ask just the standard questions. Ask all the cool, weird questions you can ask. Find out what their most embarrassing moment was. And I don't say do this in the first meeting, right? But once trust is established, once you've made yourself vulnerable, you get to tell those stories. You're going to create some stories. You're going to allow them to see who you are as a person. And then you get to find out stories about them.
I asked their favorite color.
I do too. Favorite colors, if there's kids, yes.
I make it like a goal, like throughout the transaction to like figure out what's something that they, like something unique about them, and then I put that in their closing gift.
That is curating the client experience. The more you know about their story, the more you can create that. So you take their initial intake, whether that's on a form you create, or maybe you send them an email and ask for an email back. Maybe you do a Zoom call with them. Maybe you're in front of them, right? Maybe you send them a loom. I love to send my clients looms. But you gather information, right? You find out what is their story. I create a profile for my agent. Who are they? What is their story? What are their wants and needs? What have been the things that have frustrated them? What are they really wishing for? Do they have kids? What are their kids into? What are their kids' ages, names, favorite colors, favorite animal, favorite toy? I find out everything I can. Are they fishermen? Do they like hunting? Do they like traveling? Do they like cooking? Whatever it is, that goes into that portfolio. So I have it. And I keep that and I use that until I die, right? I make sure that I follow their story. It comes up over the years, over and over again. I just rework it into new creative ideas. I'll give you an example. I had one of my favorite clients, one of the hardest clients I've ever had in my entire life. His name is Ralph. He's 84. He's a war vet, and he was in a rock band in the 70s. He's amazing. So one of the things I got to do for him in creating a client experience around him was multi-layered, but when we closed on his house, previous to that, when we were listing it, I had him give me a tour of his house that he was selling. We were also buying a home. He told me everything about the house. I asked him why he made this wall this way. He told me the stories on the wall. He went to this concert and it made him feel this way. I recorded it. I interviewed him, sat him down and I asked more stories and I filmed it. I knew exactly what he loved about that house and why it was hard to leave, what memories he had made there. And I also knew exactly what he was looking forward to in the next house, so that I knew the story of each place. So when he closed, I went and decorated the new house, made sure it had all the things that I'd heard him talk about that were important to him. I hid notes all over his house so that he would find them later. And they would reflect back to funny stories that we had shared, memories we'd had.
and how I hoped he was having an amazing freaking day that day. I also hit a note that said, hey, listen to your CD. Here's a CD for you to watch when you get time. So I knew he was big into CDs. So I had made a film that I recorded on blank CD of our interview and our memories together. That impacted Ralph more than you'll ever know. That man hands out my card. Everyone that he sees, he's the shuttle driver up at Sundance. And so I get a lot of phone calls just because of Ralph. And so think about your client and their story and how you can engage in it, how you can make it important to you, not just now, not just for the closing, but for your lifetime. Expand on it. Start thinking about ways that you can do that. I want to talk about 4 keys that I am going to suggest that you use to build your houses and create your client experiences. I love to talk about Disney, and Disney actually uses 5 keys in their creations, but we're only going to talk about 4 today. The first one is safety and security. You need to make sure that you're always keeping your clients safe and secure. That's what it is. I can't remember, but it's something about it's has nothing to do with real estate. Safety and security. So let's go back to, we're talking about doing all these things for people, whether it's a closing gift or hiding stuff or making a video. Have any of you ever had a client who literally does not give a flying fig about gifts or
Yeah.
anything?
Oh, yeah.
They're logical, they're analytical. And
Yeah.
what did you discover when you were talking to them in the initial stages? It's something like, I want to give this for the lowest price, or I want most money when I sell. Money is their keyword. That's their safety and security.
Mine was a Vietnam vet, he just wanted a case of beer at the cruise.
Yeah, listen to them, right? So if that's the case, they've told you that the bottom line is the most important thing to them. Don't go spend money on gifts. They don't want it. Do something different. Go down on your commission, or give them a big gift card, right? Something that makes them feel like you saw. and
Or buy their
heard
home
them.
warranty or something.
Buy them a home warranty, right? Absolutely. Pay for their secondary brokerage fee. Something that you make sure they know you heard them and you created safety and security. You should always be creating safety and security for your clients anywhere you can, from the beginning to the end of the transaction. Courtesy and care. How are you showing up for them? How are you communicating with them? Are you blowing them off? Are you getting a little bit short with them if they're texting or calling too much? Try to put yourself in their perspective and imagine what you would want and need if you were them, knowing their story. Show and storytelling. You guys are seeing this more and more on social media. Who are the agents you're watching on the TikToks and the Instagrams? I like to watch the ones who are really good storytellers. Who are really good at like creating a show. Some of my favorite things are the things that Jen did. Like these creative things that you get to watch someone who is creating a story, right? Incorporate those into your client experiences. You can be Disney, right? You could be whoever you want. The last thing that you should make sure you're always incorporating, especially if you're really good at the front end of creating trust and experiences, and you're a really great gift giver. Typically, what do those people, those of us who that's our nature, what do we need to work on a little more? It's the details. It's the serious part of your job. It's the efficiency, the effectiveness, the keeping track of all the details and making sure that that's all paid attention to. I suggest this. When you go home, you write this down. I want you to think about your stories, all the things, your passions and your unique abilities created, and your stories. Think about what those stories create for you as identities. What kind of identities can show up in you that can meet people that you have a similarity in with them on their identities? Does that make sense? You guys know how helpful it is if you can communicate with the truck driver and the oil-filled rig hand as much as you can the billionaire investor, right? Or the housewife who has 8 kids at home. You need to create an identity that can communicate with each one of them and can operate in that facet with them, all right?
All right, I think I went a little over, I apologize. So those 4 things, incorporate those, start working on your stories, work on your identities, work on your branding. If any of you want to workshop or brainstorm, call me, email me. I will talk you through it. We'll think of something great together, okay?
But just as a quick question.
Yeah.
On that, like, as a professional, like you wanna be open and stuff, but if you're like going through a hard time, you know, it's
Mm.
like, you don't really wanna talk
I
about
love that. Katie, thank you for bringing that up. That's a mistake. I remember one of the worst massages I ever had was in St. George, and it was with a girl who literally the entire time, all she talked about was everything she was going through.
Yeah.
I was like, get me out of here. I don't feel relaxed. The only time it's wise to share things that have been hard for us is when we're far past them.
Okay.
We are vulnerable and we can talk about the hard things and be transparent, but leave the trauma out. You have to be healed from it before you should even bring it up. And judge that. Is it maybe because your client has been in a similar situation and you have empathy for them? Empathy is one of the biggest things we can create with anyone. Anyone. We can have empathy for their position. Right. I would like to see if, oh, Kathy, would you stand up and
Interactive meeting.
Huh?
An interactive meeting.
yes, here's our announcements.
Okay, so April 15th, that's Monday, right? Monday is the deadline to sign up for the client appreciation event for the Easter egg hunt that we're doing. And that is happening on April 19th from noon to 2 at Wines Parking.
I'm gonna pause right there. Katie, you wanna stand up and just tell us, everybody, a little bit about what we've got planned so far?
Yes, and the 15th is a Tuesday, so just let me know by Tuesday. And on the 19th, we're going to be having an Easter egg hunt for your clients, so it's a client appreciation event. And yep, that's a Saturday. So agents are gonna show up at like 10:30 to set up, and then the clients will show up at noon. We'll have a light lunch and then a big Easter egg hunt for the kids, and there will be like live music there. Vendors are donating prizes. So we're gonna hide some rubber duckies with some tickets, kind of like a raffle, and then they come pick a prize. And they're gonna be good prizes. Agents are bringing prizes, and yeah, a lender is bringing our lunch.
We have food, we have
Yeah.
picnic food.
Picnic food, so yeah, tell your clients, there are tables, picnic tables and everything, but if you're telling clients, they can bring like a blanket or like camp chairs, you know, or like lawn chairs, whatever they want. So it will be a good, fun time.
And
you have more
there's going to be
questions,
a
you can ask me
special
after.
Surprise there. It's cute.
Yeah.
Something unexpected. Let's say that.
Something a little surprise,
Unexpected.
yes.
The next sales meeting, oh, also email or text Katie, RSVP for that.
Yeah.
Bye. The next sales meeting is going to be Stacy Douglas from Real Advantage Title Insurance Agency. Wednesday, April 23rd, from 11 to 1.
So that one's 11 too.
Yeah, we're just keeping them all at 11.
And that's when April was.
So if you that are here have feedback, if 11 is a good vibe, like we were thinking to just switch all of them to 11, but if there's feedback, you can let us know.
Ninja 2-Day on August 28th and 29th. For Presidio agents, it will be $495. And other agents outside of Presidio will be $600.
How's there? Jen, do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. Did anyone in here ever heard of Ninja? Not ever heard of Ninja, sorry. We've all heard of it, okay. Well, they've changed it from the 4-day program, which was hard for realtors to take 4 days out of the business to be there, to a 2-day program, which is super cool. Plus, it used to be $800 a person, now it's, or $850, now it's $495. So they're calling it the Ninja now. They've compacted it into 2 days. And so if you've already been to Ninja, they prefer that you've already been once. But if you haven't, it's still gonna be the Ninja 9 habits that make you really successful in your business. Every single agent I've ever seen that's gone to Ninja has not regretted it. They said that's the best thing that's ever happened in business. So if you can afford to do this, we want you there. We need 50 people to bring them into town. When we tell the rest of the world we're bringing Ninja, all the agents we need other brokers to bring out. Wait, what? How do we get there? How do you get Ninja? Like, it's such a
So
big
we need
deal. What
to
is it?
RSVP.
So for Presidio to want to do that for our agents, I want you all to take advantage of the opportunity here. It will be, August 28th and 29th.
And what time?
Thursday and a Friday. That's right when school got back in, so the people with kids won't have to worry about that.
Drop them off,
Yeah,
go to school.
but it will be 9 to 5 full day,
Okay.
so be prepared for that. So
And
you
that's
have
here?
to pick up and drop off. Game changer for your business. Did you go?
Game changer. I didn't.
Oh, you did, okay, yeah. I thought
Yeah,
you
we'll
but
let-
You had Barbie, right? Been to the price, yeah. I've been to the
Once you
price.
sign up, then you'll get info about like where it's at and stuff like that,
And we
right?
put it far out, so if you guys want to go and the $4.95 is a hard thing to bite, we can start to take out a little bit out of your paychecks before the event.
Like a
okay?
layaway.
Yeah. So let us know if you wanna be there. All right, and then the Ronald McDonald House soda can tabs, collect them, bring them to the front office out here. The tabs are donated to the Ronald McDonald House and help them pay for utility for families of kids that come in. What's that?
Wait, yeah, when do we put this?
It's kind of an ongoing thing,
Ongoing?
yep. And if,
I cut out some labels if you wanna take them home and glue them on jugs. I made a jug, someone can take it and put it somewhere if they want.
I keep a gallon Ziploc bag by my fridge.
yeah, and then just bring it in
And
when it's
then
full.
every time we're done drinking soda, pots of tab off, throw away, put on can, recycle.
and that's done through our Presidio promises.
Yeah.
Our nonprofit, so,
And the Ronald McDonald House, has anybody like had experience with it? It's like way cool.
is it?
Like my sister's baby was in the hospital for months, you know, but they have a house there that she could stay for
Okay.
free, you know. It's pretty cool.
They're there for you.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so much. So now I'm going to give you just a few minutes and you can keep doing this longer as we go into the next section if you want. But your papers with the 4 squares, please put your name, phone number, email at the top, and then put any questions, comments, concerns you have about the things we've talked about so far in the appropriate little category, whether it was authentic presence or digital mastery, client experiences. Also, if you or you know someone would love to come and teach how to create an authentic presence or a digital mastery moment or a client experience, please write their name down on there too, so that I can know that. I'm gonna ask you to turn these in. Everyone who turns them in, I'm gonna do a drawing for a really great prize. Okay? And then there's the little squares of paper that say wants and needs. If you have listings or buyer needs, please fill one of those out. We're gonna cover those at the very end. And then if there's something that you can think of that you really want or need help or support from us at Presidio, please write it on that paper. And there's an anonymous box. You can go drop it in there. You don't need to put your name on it. We wanna know what you want and need from us. Okay, truly, truly, truly. So let us know. I have someone who's gonna ask another question right now, but I wanna embarrass him first. So I'm gonna tell you all the things about him. He hates massages. Are you so glad you didn't go to my massage therapist and talk about all of our problems? Yeah. He's passionate about his family, creating financial security for them. And because he's had some health scares in this recent last year, he's passionate about his health. Doesn't like getting massages, he hates strangers touching him. So don't just go give him a hug, warn him, all right? He also genuinely loves giving service. I think you know this about him. Also, our Steve is a big old teddy bear and he cries in movies. So there's a little bit about our Steve. Yay. Ask your questions so that people can answer when cries.
Yes. Tell me, what is a latent defect in real estate?
What does that mean? Latent defect in real estate.
It's a term we don't use much, but it's a big deal.
Okay, what is it?
Nobody has an answer yet.
No one knows or come on. So many answers.
Oh, there's a prize. Comes out.
Somewhat,
No
follow through?
Lori said dishonesty.
They
sorta.
don't, they don't communicate, they don't. pick up their phone, they
Unethical.
don't-
Maybe Laurie gets the prize. Honesty, does that cover it?
Yeah, they don't.
feel like she's the.
What is it?
They don't,
Or you're not saying the answer yet?
they don't communicate.
Okay, you guys can decide who's close. A latent defect is a hidden problem or flaw in a property that is not readily visible or discoverable during a routine inspection and can significantly impact the property's value, safety, or usability. Examples of latent defects are foundation issues, structural problems, plumbing or electrical problems, environmental hazards like mold or asbestos or something like that.
Oh, I thought we were talking about.
That's
Yeah.
Agent, that's not how.
I thought we were trying to find the word of latent or whatever. Now we're all like, oh, it's big more sense.
Yeah, that's where everyone's mind went.
Love it.
Yeah.
You guys, when you feel like
Hidden
papers right now, and I'm gonna introduce our speaker, but listen, because you built such amazing, beautiful structures on your, marshmallows, I brought you some rice Krispie treats. So pass these around, as many as you want.
The third graders, you can just let them eat the marshmallow.
You don't just try what we know.
I want,
Or what we learn.
anything. Don't you wanna learn, or you have questions about, or please. And then your wants and needs, if you have listings or buyers wanna talk about the end of class, write those down, or you can just tell me if you can remember, and then put your anonymous wants and needs in the box. Please, thank you so much. You guys, it is my pleasure to introduce our last presenter for the day, Mr. Taylor Neal with Edge Homes. You guys want to hear all about Taylor's passions?
Yes.
You guys are gonna love it. I don't know if you're ready for Taylor. He is passionate about pickleball, traveling, extreme tubing behind a boat. Is there other videos?
I probably somewhere like an old video
That's-
camera or
that's-
something, but
That's such a cool sport, right? Also, this man can make a sound like Chewbacca. Hopefully we'll get that out of him later when he feels safe with us. His favorite animal is a chicken. And he, in middle school, broke his toe in parkour class. So,
in parkour,
Even as you're
and I was learning how to, I don't even know why I
Just
took the
thinking,
class.
okay, so here's how you use this on.
But you guys know what parkour is at all?
Nick, oh,
It's like a huge trend, like maybe 10 years ago, where you like jumping and climb over stuff, so I was learning how to run up a wall and do a backflip, but couldn't do a backflip, so I was learning how to do a backflip and smack my toe when I was trying to do a backflip and broke it, so it wasn't the funnest experience, but it was a good time. Well, I'm here with Edge Homes, thank you so much, thank you for having
thank you
me.
for coming.
Oh, yeah, first off, I just want to, like, has anyone, like, do we know much about Edge Homes? I'm sure.
I don't.
Okay,
I've heard
awesome.
Teach me too.
I love it. So Edge Homes, we're a new construction company. We're based here in Utah, only built here in Utah. We're mostly in Salt Lake and Utah County. So we're in Saratoga Springs, Lehigh, Harriman, Riverton, and Mapleton. This year, though, we're going to be opening up to a lot more communities like Draper, West Jordan, Eagle Mountain. We're going to really be expanding at that end of the year. So we're really excited to get to new places. And
you don't have Spanish Fork right now, just Mapleton?
we have just Mapleton right now. We will have stuff coming in Spanish Fork. Probably end of this year to the beginning of next year. It's kind of a timeline, but.
Okay.
So we have a lot of new communities, but I really wanted to talk to you about our newest incentive that we have right now. We're getting really aggressive with incentives currently. So we're offering a 4.99 fixed rate. And then we're adding 3% in seller paid closing costs as well.
Nice.
And this is all for our like quick moving homes, so there's about 60 homes that qualify for this incentive, but.
Did you say 3% towards buyer's closing costs?
Yep, So that's the nice thing is like with rates are so interesting right now, like every time I look at rates, they're doing something different, either lower or higher, so it's nice. You kind of know what you're getting with the 4.99 plus those seller paid closing costs. And here at Edge, we love working with outside agents. Like I know ever since the NAR lawsuit, commissions are always like an interesting thing. We always pay 3% BAC, so we really want to, take care of you guys. You do so much hard work for us and bring us so many clients. We really appreciate some of what you do, but I want to open it up to see if you guys have any questions about Edge or anything.
Is that a 3% no matter what, or is it only on?
So that's 3%. So kind of what our thing is, we'll match whatever is on your PPA
Perfect.
up to 3%. So no questions asked to 3%. It's on all products. If it's quick moving, if it's a build, everything. So that's a nice thing is we want to take care of you guys.
But this deal is just for quick movements right now.
Correct.
Okay.
We still have a 3% in concessions for like builds or different products that are still under construction. But we get a lot more aggressive on the homes that are more finished. So these like our finished homes. Incentives.
Oh. These are the only ones you have, you don't have any south.
So we have a few like in like South like Mapleton area, or we have a few in Mapleton. They're somewhere, mostly townhomes and condos right now. No single families yet.
The single family's not done yet.
We're just starting. So we have some at like drywall right now, but it's up for us. We have. But we do have like lots available for sale down there. We sell stuff. Come pick your own floor plan, pick your selections, and that's something to ground up there.
And I'm not very familiar with Edge Homes, but are you guys okay with buyers bringing their own lenders, or do you have in-house financing they need to use?
We are, so this one is just with our preferred lender.
Okay.
We do like that 3% can be used with different outside lenders as well. We just require, Edge will require more earnest money
Gotcha.
to use that 3% with the different lenders, so
That's the first column.
it is.
Perfect. We like them. Cool.
Perfect. Well, any other questions that you guys have?
What would you do with?
So we got some like chips and dips and some fruits. So
Thank you.
got some
Thank you so much.
little snacks over there, so
Thank
take yourself
you.
home and dig in.
That rocks.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Taylor. Thanks so much.
Does anybody have any buyer, seller wants or needs they want to talk about?
We have the townhouse dashboard that we acquire.
What about it?
So it's a great home listed at 430. Lower the price, so 439. The great thing about it is it's in an HOA that allows nightly rental. And the area is amazing. There's only 2 nightly rental properties in the area, so it would be great to get,
That's awesome. And what is the address, or do you know the area?
tell you. So it's just right on the borderline of Mapleton, Spanish Fork.
Okay.
Really low HOA also, I think it's 50.
Oh, wow.
Like, pickleball courts, great area.
Well, I can look at it.
But I should have it memorized.
No.
What's in there? What's in there? Anybody else have any wants and needs or things they want to talk about?
I have a listing in Saratoga Springs that needs a buyer. It's a flip. It needs a lot of work. But they're really motivated to get it sold. It's vacant.
How much? What's the price?
440.
How many good that?
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, unfinished basement. And well, 100 feet up and like 1273 upstairs and 1247 downstairs.
And how big's the lot?
0.19. Or 0.1. How much work it is. From what I can see, paint, flooring, there's some drywall repair. Mostly cosmetic.
Superficial, but not like plumbing.
Doesn't look like
Electrical.
Doesn't look like plumbing or electrical. But I
Are
can.
there any latent defects?
Not that I know of.
Not that she knows of yet. They haven't done an inspection.
Not that I know of.
Awesome. People, if you're still online, please email me all your questions, needs, and wants.
Hopefully you have the forms attached. If not, let me know and I'll send them to you. Thank you for everyone. You guys eat, mingle, talk. Please
Thanks,
connect
Tana.
with me. And, thank you so much for